All right, man. So what's happening, buddy?
Not much, bro.
Nothing. How do you like the little setup here?
This is nice. This is a little bit better than I thought it was going to be, actually. I like the little ambiance lighting. I like where we have this.
That's not
I
bad.
don't think we got to get that bad of an echo. I thought we were going to have an echo problem. I don't hear too much of an echo at all.
Not bad in here now. Not bad in here now.
Second take at this.
Well, we tried it outside in the snow, and
No bueno.
it wasn't working.
No bueno.
It wasn't gonna work. Yeah, we were froze to death. It was
Yeah.
too much. It was too much. I was froze to death. I know you were. Shit. Not gonna aim. So what's going on, man? I know now it's April. Deer season's over with. Duck season's over with. Everything's over with.
Everything's over with. The only thing that's still floating around is snow goose. And
woodchuck.
Woodchuck?
Woodchuck's open right now.
Oh.
I don't know if you ever done woodchuck.
I don't think I've ever seen a woodchuck out here.
You've never seen a woodchuck?
I don't think I've ever seen a woodchuck, period.
Really?
Yeah, outside of a museum, outside of like Cabela's, Bass Pro Shops, I don't think I've seen a woodchuck.
You've definitely seen a woodchuck, and you didn't know it. Those little brown animals on the side of the throughway all the time.
I just figured they were prairie dogs.
No, we don't have prairie dogs. Those are woodchucks.
Shut your face.
Yep, we don't have prairie dogs. Those are all woodchucks. Oh yeah,
You're
yeah.
blowing my mind right now.
I'm telling you.
Yo, I'm pretty sure I saw an eagle kill a freaking bird today over Iroquois.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Dude, I was looking in the sky, and next thing you know, I saw this, what I thought was a hawk, and it comes right above my car, and it just grabs this little-ass bird right out of the sky. Just grabbed it. Dude, it was cool as shit.
Well,
and it freaking thing just flew off with it.
Well, being a raptor bird, I mean, the shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen. Iroquois is #1 for like crazy, big, huge raptor birds. There's guys taking pictures. There's professional photographers all the time that are taking huge eagle pictures.
Well, they
and
had
hawk
that thing
pictures.
during the summer, right, for kids and stuff to like do bird observation and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they got programs, like summer programs for even little kids too. I don't know if your kid could benefit it. I know my daughter actually talked about it before.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
They got like a youth program.
There's a lot of. I tell you what, there's a lot of birds that are moving this way now. Like I see, there's a bald eagle right over the canal.
Really?
He's got a nest right across the canal. He's huge. He comes out every now and then, but they're fishing. So you've probably seen like I think we have Harpy's eagle around here too.
I saw the white tips at the end
was
of
it white tips?
Yeah, it was white tips, dude. That's when I got under it, I was like, oh, white tips. I think that's an eagle.
Could have been. I mean, there's
I
so
thought
many.
hawk all the way up until the point that I got under it, and then I saw them white tips, and I was like,
I mean,
Marcus, kill that little fucking finch.
there's just so many different eagles and hawks. We got like Cooper's hawks, and peregrine falcons. So many different ones that I see them, and I'm like, I don't even know what it could be now.
A peregrine falcon, yeah, you're naming off fucking Greek ancient mythology to me at this point. I have no clue what that is. Dude, I know what I'm hunting that day.
If sparrowhawks.
Put it this way. If I'm hunting deer, I know what a deer looks like. If I'm hunting turkey, I know what a turkey looks like.
Yeah.
Hog, gator, whatever.
Speaking of turkey,
But all of them, like, if I can't kill it, I'm just looking at pretty birds, bro.
Well, that's true.
That is true.
You ever been turkey yet?
I've been turkey hunting one time in my life.
Where at?
It was in Sebring. Long time ago. I was like 12.
Tell me about it.
Let's see. Crazy guy across the street from my buddy's grandparents' house took me and my buddy out turkey hunting. He had hogs and turkeys all the time in his backyard, and that's where every time we had a pig roast, every time we had turkey, smoked turkey in the smoker at his house, it was always just something that he killed that day. It was awesome.
Where's Sebring?
Sebring is, I believe it's Polk County or Lakeland County.
Florida?
Yeah, Florida.
Okay.
It's just under Okeechobee.
Okay.
So if you're looking at Florida map, you look just under left-hand side of Okeechobee, and Sebring's around that area.
Okay, I know where you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure it's Polk County.
Yeah.
But if you want to look it up.
Well, what kind
nice.
of turkeys were you hunting down there? Because I know they have
Osceolas.
Osceolas, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
Ooh.
Well, they're good eating, too.
Well,
I think they're a little bit juicier than from the wild turkey that I've had up here.
Is it?
I don't know what the difference is. It's brand of turkey, whatever, but...
Yeah. I know there's the big four. There's the big four. There's Eastern.
You got your Eastern. You got your Osceola. You have
Merriam.
I can't.
And Rio.
Is it the Rio?
Rio. Yeah. It's the big four.
And that's called the Grand Slam, right? If you kill them all in the same year.
Oh, I don't know if it's all in the same year, but just all in general. I don't think it has to be all the same year.
I mean, I think a grand
It'd be
slam
hard.
all in the same year is where it's at. Everything else is just like, an off the wall double.
That's true. I mean,
like if you do it like back to back to back to back years, I see, maybe still considering that a grand slam. But if it takes you 10 years to get there,
I think it does though. I think more or less for people, it's.
Oh yeah, realistically,
yeah,
but I mean, this is balls to the wall. You're putting all your eggs in a basket.
Oh yeah.
You got to do them all in that same year. I think that should be considered the grand slam. Everything else just seems mediocre at best.
I don't know, not for hunting turkeys. Turkeys are hard. Turkeys are hard to hunt, man. They got those eyes. They got those crazy little eyes on them, and they see everything.
They got them eyes. They got one on each side, matter of fact.
They do. I believe it was Fred Bear who said that if their hearing and their smell was as good as their eyesight, they'd be impossible. They'd be impossible to hunt. You would never be able to shoot one.
The perfect prey.
I don't even know. Speaking of which, you ever see one of those big turkey vultures we got around here?
Oh, dude, I saw crowds of them off the side of the road in Iroquois, too.
I don't know if
I don't really talk about them because they're kind of ugly.
They are ugly.
They're
big old
ugly.
red pecker-looking head on them.
Yo, they are the ugliest version of turkeys.
The ugliest version. Usually they're a scavenger bird, but I have seen one actively hunt a turkey once. I was in...
How do you think those things were created? Do you think a turkey and a vulture actually... You think that happened?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Damn.
I don't know why they're called it. Maybe just because they look like...
They look like both?
Big turkey, kind of, you know what I mean?
They look like a fucked up turkey.
With a big old head on them.
And, dude, it looks like a turkey, and I'm pretty sure the guy that saw him, like, damn, that looks like a turkey and a vulture. Fuck. And had a baby.
Guarantee it.
And they were cousins. That's a fucking turkey vulture. Ugly bastard.
I guarantee it. There's something weird happened there, I'll tell you that much. But, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know that I don't know if they're migratory either because I feel like they're here and then they're gone, but then they all of a sudden they come back hot, like and heavy, and like there's a ton of them when I see them. I feel like they're all over. Like when I see them, like they're all over the damn place.
All birds somewhat migrate. I'm pretty sure all birds, to some extent, they migrate.
I don't know. I know that there's birds that do stay local. I think like crows. Well, they're listed in migratory game birds, but I don't know.
City pigeons probably don't migrate.
City pigeons don't migrate
Fat
nowhere.
bastards.
You know what's funny? I was just talking to my buddy Joe, and when he used to grab pigeons underneath the bridges and stuff like that and train his dogs, he used to clip every other wing, right? And he was doing this in Niagara Falls. He used to bring these pigeons to Andover, New York, to train his dog. He'd come back 2 weeks later, the ones that got away, and they'd be back under there.
Really?
Every pigeon that he caught that he knew, it had every other clipped wing.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and they would make it all the way back, like a messenger pigeon back in the World Wars when they used to use those. So I don't know why they're so smart of a little bird, but they are ugly.
You've heard about the new Godzilla vs. Kong movie that came out, right?
Yeah, I have heard
HBO.
about it. I didn't look into it too much, but I have heard about it.
That's funny. So without giving too much away about that movie,
have you seen it?
I've seen it twice now.
Is it worth it?
It came out yesterday. I've seen it twice.
So
It's
worth it.
It was the dopest dope of all dope. It is what I would assume the reaction that the Godzilla nerds back in the day that were watching those old school claymation Godzillas. If they got any excitement out of those movies, I felt like a little kid when I was watching this movie.
Really?
I was like, dude, the fight scenes, insane. The CGI, insane. The mass destruction is just tremendous. It is crazy to ever think of something like that ever happening. But a part of that movie has to do with homing and how creatures have natural instincts to get back to where their more or less their birthing place was, or their genealogy birthing place was. It was kind of cool. Yeah. So that talks about the pigeons, but
does it talk about the pigeons?
No. I
mean,
just
in
a sense,
just in the sense. Yeah. I mean, that's funny.
Yeah,
you know, it's funny.
They just find their way back, man.
It's funny you mentioned that because yesterday
I can't do that.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I couldn't find myself back without a. Well, no, I probably could. I probably could use the sun. Eventually, you'd get there.
Use the sun.
Eventually, you get there. You know, it rises in the east, sets in the west every day.
Just keep walking that way.
Just keep walking that way.
You hit water, go south.
Just don't follow it all day.
I know how to get home. I'll just follow the sunrise every day
just
until I hit water.
Just don't follow it all day. Just you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're going to be walking.
When it gets up, just stop doing that.
Oh yeah, but it's funny you say that about King Kong though. I watched it's funny, the original 1933 one was on yesterday.
Really?
Dude, it was
Horrible.
horrible, but it's a great movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, back then,
The storyline was probably...
In 1933, that movie had to scare the shit out of kids. Let me tell you that much. Let me just tell you that much. Like, now you look at it and you're like, but back then, you were like, holy like, if you could go back to 1933 and take, like, an Insidious back to 1933...
The movie?
The movie.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you would
terrify a whole population of people.
You would kill it. It would be insane. It would be insane.
That's up there on the creepy scale.
That's
that
creepy.
The first Grudge, that still I still don't look at Asian people the same.
Oh my god.
I tell you
terrible.
Some Asian women just creep me out. I feel like they're gonna be there.
I
don't want to deal with that.
That was a creepy one.
Suck me into her creepy
with
world.
that black hair.
That one eye coming out.
Yeah.
All crazy like.
Speaking of hair, what's up? What's going on with you? What you gonna do with this mop here?
I don't know, man.
Look at this thing. You see this, ladies? Show the ladies what you got going on here.
Yeah. It's curly nonsense right now. I got to do some deep conditioning, but that's over the weekend. I don't want to talk about it. It's real scientific.
Real scientific.
It's a lot of product that goes into it.
Use mane and tail.
Mane and tail, I do.
Mane and tail, yeah.
That's actually my daily shampoo. Well,
I don't have that problem usually. I mean, put a little bit.
I have to use it on my chest.
There you go.
Full swimming sweater.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I tell you what though, man. I see. What was it? I forget what movie it was, but it had me scared to go in. Like, I walked in the woods and I was like, it might have been The Grudge. Was she in the woods?
No, but if you want to get a movie that'll scare you about the woods, watch Shrooms.
Never seen that one.
It's about like some American group of kids going to Ireland and going on like this nature walk, and they get warned not to eat the black nippled mushrooms or something like that. Like, you can eat the red ones, the purple ones, yellow ones, green ones, blue ones, whatever. You see the black ones, don't eat them because they will fuck you up. And then it goes on through there. Oh man, these people start tripping.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it's great.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. But I tell you what, I mean, there's shit. I've been scared shitless go walking through the woods. You ever step on a pheasant or a grouse?
No, but I've been.
Oh my god!
I've stepped near a wild pig in Hawaii.
Oh, that's gotta even be worse.
Because I fell down a gulch and I must have fallen into their like bedding area.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I heard was. And then
Jesus.
I was like, I threw a plastic M4 at it.
Oh my god!
And I scaled this gulch, dude, like fucking Spider-Man.
Dude, you ain't
I
lying.
shat my pants twice on the way up. It was bad.
Well, yeah, pigs, man, they'll tear your ass apart. You know, pigs ain't no joke. I'm happy we don't have pigs here. Like, did you know? Okay,
they're coming. Them invasive
they are coming.
bastards
They are coming. I don't doubt it. And I'm gonna shoot every one of them that I see.
I'll be there with you.
You know what's funny? It's funny that they use the term Russian boar. I don't know. Did I tell you about this at work?
No, I don't know if I.
Oh, by the way, if you guys don't know, yeah, we work together.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, everybody uses the term Russian boar, but there's really no such thing. A Russian boar is a male pig in Russia. A wild boar is a wild boar. Razorback, you know what I mean? There's no such thing as a Russian boar. It's a male pig in Russia.
I've never heard him call that a Russian.
Oh yeah, I've heard him called that many times. People say, "Oh yeah."
Not down south. We either call him, I don't know.
Up this way, up. You know, it's funny that
because
DEC and like
Do they have it like that on their website?
Yeah. If you look it up, you could look up Russian boar and you could find it.
Really?
And people say that they're Russian boar are invasive, but there's no such thing as a Russian boar. It's a, for people who don't know, that's just a male pig. You know, a boar is a male pig, and calling it Russian would be a male pig in Russia. There's no such thing as a Russian boar. You know, like I hear that shit. And like officials use this term, and I'm like,
maybe that's like one of those Coca-Cola, Kodak kind of things. You know, it's just been deemed so because of its popularity there.
Maybe. I mean, that's always possible.
You got me.
You got me. Myself. I don't know why they would call it like that. But yeah, they call it Russian boar.
That's the difference between where we grew up too. You grew up north. I grew up down south.
Yeah, I mean, you guys down south just call it
just hogs, pigs.
Got pigs down here. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
I do wish we had pigs, but I wish we had pigs that we were able to monitor and control. You know what I'm saying? Like Texas is losing the battle right now on pig.
Yeah.
You know.
That's because they're uncontrollable. You got the densest population of hunters probably in Texas, and you still can't control those freaking things.
Did you know that they're trying to do away with helihogging?
Really?
Yeah. Oh, that was a thing that actually Ted Nugent was able to really popularize.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to do it. It was like $6,000 or $8,000 to take like 4 dudes out for a 4-hour trip or something like that.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
great. Yeah,
You can shoot them full automatic.
100%.
Texas, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Start at the beginning and trail your way down the line.
Which they should. I mean, think how many there are.
Dude,
it's
they're
insane.
clear. I mean,
Insane.
bolt action's not going to exactly get it done.
No. Well, no, not just that.
I mean, fully auto, is that hunting?
well, I
The
guess
helicopter thing is still dope, but fully auto, you're out there with Gatling guns. I've seen some
Yeah.
of these videos, and they're just
I don't know if you're really hunting
annihilating.
them at that point.
Yeah.
More or less, just you got to take down the population somehow.
You're
you know what I mean?
annihilating.
Well, it's
that's
like-
genocide.
I mean, yeah, you're taking them out. Yeah, I mean,
You know?
it's just outrageous though that they would want. It's hard because they want to do away with. They want to eradicate pigs. People want to eradicate pigs and other animals all over the world, all over the country,
Well,
all over
they're
the
not
world.
indigenous to the area, and it's because humans have somehow transported all these animals from all across the world, and then they become invasive. You know, I mean, there's kind of a reason to.
True, but think about this: the only native species of deer we have in America is the pronghorn. Whitetail is not native to America.
Shit, we'd be done.
And whitetail, yeah, oh yeah, those came across on the ice bridge. Those like there's
Wait a minute. So they migrated over here and got stuck?
yes.
I'm good with it.
I mean that's good with it. I mean
I'm
it's
good
what
with
it
it.
is. But
they
yeah, but
came over here on their own
Yeah,
accord.
true.
They didn't get transported.
But what about pigs in Hawaii, who came across with the original people?
I mean, that's like Cuban pork, dude. Find a pig in Cuba. It doesn't exist, but why do all
Doesn't
these
exist?
recipes have?
Well, I didn't know.
so many recipes for pigs.
There's no
I have no
pork
clue.
in Cuba.
I have no. You go
Really?
to Cuba, yeah. Whatever farms are there, that's it.
Yeah, really.
There's no wild pigs. Why did they come up with all these recipes? And every pig that's probably on there is transported there.
no shit. I didn't know that.
Hawaii? I don't know. Because I mean, same thing. Their cuisine has a lot to do with Kahlua pork. Because it's like one of the biggest staple meals that I could think of. You know.
Well, pigs
Every
came
luau.
across with the people, and now they've taken over Hawaii.
I guess,
unfortunately.
New Zealanders, Polynesian culture in general, wherever they came from back
Yep.
then. You
Oh
know?
yeah, and they came across from the first two pigs. I forget. There's a
Yo, pigs fuck.
a lot. They have 3 litters a year.
Dude, they're like freaking rabbits.
3 litters a year for a pig.
Like, why don't they say fuck like pigs? I think skinny people fuck like rabbits. I fuck like pigs.
Yeah, me too.
I think we should. Yeah, that should
me
be
too.
officiated. Yeah, we should make that an Urban Dictionary. I don't know.
Man, definitely more like a pig than a rabbit.
For sure. I
You
even
know
make kind of like.
Well, yeah, you ain't lying. Shut up. You ain't lying.
Get your finger out my butt.
Stop sweating. You're sweating on me. Oh god, that's gross. No.
Yeah, it is. A little bit. Yeah.
All right, but I just don't know. I don't know about taking away animals that are there. You know, what I mean, people want to do it, like those deer, like the access deer in Lanai.
Okay.
Remember we were talking about that?
We were talking
All
about.
right, so last time we were talking about these axis deer in Hawaii. There's like 2,000 people on that island. There's 20,000 axis deer.
Axis, AXIS. If you want to look it up, not
Axis.
access like.
Not
Yeah.
access. Yeah, remember I talk different than everybody else.
Yeah. Your country, your New York country.
Yeah, it's a
unique.
weird weird
unique.
slang to
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
And it's funny. I understand it.
Oh yeah, a lot
You're
of
not
people
too
don't.
far off.
A lot of people are like, "What the heck did this guy say?"
Yeah, these axis deer, dude, they're dope.
Yeah.
I looked them up that night that we were talking about it.
Yeah.
One of our freaking overnight shifts.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, you ain't lying. I mean, but people, they want to annihilate those. The government wants to get rid of them, but they don't want to allow more hunters to come on there.
No, the way that Hawaiians get the whole snake thing.
What snake thing?
There's no snakes in Hawaii because they release all these mongoose. Guess what they have problems with?
Mongoose.
Mongoose.
I didn't know that they don't have snakes in Hawaii.
They don't have snake. That Snakes on the Plane thing with Samuel L. Jackson. You ever
Yeah.
watch that movie? Yeah,
Yeah.
There's this whole thing about snakes in Hawaii.
Really?
Yeah, that whole movie's based off of it, pretty much.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a silly movie, but snakes on a plane.
I have seen it.
Um,
Tired of this goddamn
yeah, they're
snakes on this motherfucking plane.
You should say that in every movie from now on, too.
Oh yeah.
I love that movie. I hate that movie. It's Samuel L. Jackson, so, you gotta kind of love it.
Well,
but
Samuel L. Jackson, good actor. He swears in every movie though.
everyone.
Everyone.
I love him.
I love it. Say what again, motherfucker?
Oh, Yeah, but yeah, there's no snakes in Hawaii. Just
I didn't know that.
the mongoose thing took care
How
of
long
them.
did you spend in Hawaii?
5 years.
You were
5 years and a
for
couple of
5
months.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. No shit.
That was nice.
How was it living in Hawaii?
Not as expensive as you would think, considering I was a soldier in Hawaii, but I could not be a civilian there.
No.
It is way too expensive.
It's too expensive for civilian.
I don't see how people are doing it. People that work at like Starbucks, you're a barista. Like, where do you live, dude? Like everything, the cheapest one bedroom apart, it's like $1,100.
Is it really?
Cheapest.
Jeez.
And that's nothing.
It's probably more now, obviously.
Oh yeah,
now.
100%. I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't been there for 10 years now. 11 years, something like that.
No
a
shit.
little bit, yeah, because it's been since my daughter, like 11 year, 9 months. Yeah, man, that place is unique to live though. Hunting is supposedly great on the other islands. Oahu sucks for hunting.
Is that where you were? Hawaii?
Yeah, I was on Oahu. Other islands are more.
What's the biggest island? Is that one of the big, or is it Honolulu?
The Big Island is the big island.
This the big island. It's just called the big one.
I love it because it's like Oahu, Kauai, Lanai, Molokai, and then it's like the Big Island.
That's just the big island.
That's Hawaii.
Oh my god.
But I mean, I guess if you really wanted to deem it something, the Big Island is Hawaii. Everything else just kind of has its own.
This has its own little. Yeah.
They're their own states. If you ever go to all the islands, I haven't been to all of them, but if you ever go to them, they're their own states. They're different style locals. I mean, all of them act
Really?
different. Some of them are violent. Some of them are super laid back. Some of them are
Yeah.
potheads. Some are naturalists. Some of them are travelers that just ended up getting stuck in Hawaii. You know, some people that like, I came here on vacation and haven't left in 47 years.
No shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's some guy that just like, I'd rather have been a bum in Hawaii than ever go back to the United States.
Then never go back to the
Yeah.
mainland, right?
He was like, I love my life.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
like you see Dog the Bounty Hunter, and when he was big, he was just showing a lot of meth addicts in
Yeah.
Hawaii. You know what I mean? I was
There
like,
is, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain areas, but it's very contained. It's
Is it?
funny because I mean, you get into some of these cities that's the problem. It is contained in that city. Like Wahiwa does not overflow into Mililani. Like, and these cities are butt up next to each other, but Wahiwa is like meth head prostitutes at night. It's right around the corner from a military post. You know, it's a weird, strange city. Some of the I never remember the name of this chicken spot, but some of the best smoked food I've ever had in my life at this chicken spot. Anyways, and then it's back up to Mililani, which is like a rich neighborhood. I'm like, what the fuck?
really?
Like, there's like a wall between these two communities? They're like meth heads, rich people. It's
Really?
amazing.
No, it's like
It's more distinct
like Grand
than
Island
Miami.
and Niagara Falls.
Yes, actually.
Really? I mean, if you think about
At least there's water separating
well,
those
yeah.
two.
You know that's the biggest freshwater island?
Really?
Grand Island is the biggest freshwater island
In America?
in America.
Huh.
Yeah, if you think about it, every other big island is saltwater.
Yeah, I'm going through like a Rolodex of random islands that I might know, and they all tend to be
Small, right?
near the ocean. I'm thinking like Mediterranean, Sicily, and
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
nope, that's saltwater.
Nope, all saltwater. Yeah, that's the biggest freshwater island is Grand Island.
That's dope.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think about.
Western New York, surprising
Western
me.
New York. Not just fishing and Cheerios.
Oh man, but the Cheerios, bro. I love driving to work and smelling that.
I never get that chance.
Aw.
I'm always driving the back way. I'm north town. I'll never get to smell that.
Dude, I smell it coming to work and from work sometimes.
Do you?
To work more often than not,
Yeah.
but from work sometimes. And
But
I
right
think
past General Mills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I'm coming home from work and I smell it, and I'm like, is that one of those things that lets me know that I'm going psycho or something? Like, is that the smell? Like, you know, you smell smoke, and then like that's means that something's wrong with your brain or something like that.
What, you think the Cheerio smell is
The
making you go
Cheerio,
insane?
bro. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm like super depressed that and I hate my fucking job.
Come on, I don't think you hate it that much, right? Or maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a
Yeah,
little
I love the pay. The pay is so nice. They really hook, line, and sinker on that pay, though.
Yeah, it benefits pay. You can't really beat the.
Sumitomo.
It's a hard place to work for. It's beat me down over these years.
Yeah. It's kept me in shape, though.
It's kept me in shape more than I would be. I'd be a pot-belly old Homer Simpson looking son of a bitch by now. If I was bald, probably losing my hair.
You'd be fucking like hippos.
Yep, you ain't lying. Rhinoceros.
Keep going.
Elephant.
Yo, you still don't get into TikTok, huh?
I haven't figured that one out yet. No.
Yeah, TikTok is dope, dude.
I really got to change it up a little bit, but I haven't figured out TikTok, and I haven't figured out Instagram, Twitter too. Like Twitter's hard. Like all you do is you post stuff, and then
I could take
don't get it. You know
Twitter,
what I mean?
Instagram. I know a lot of people that go hard on Instagram.
Yeah.
This TikTok thing just seems to be more fun than anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could do a lot more with it. It seems like.
Yeah, you could do some fun stuff with it, and it's short snippets, so you could do those kind of things daily, and like, I just figured you were gonna have multiple platforms you were gonna be posting on, get people.
I definitely need
interested,
to
see what.
I definitely need
feedback.
to stop just the YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get into. Like I feel like I'm out of the loop. I haven't done all this technological stuff before. Like, look how long it took me to just set up these microphones. It took me 2 months to set up these microphones and get this shit going. You know what I mean?
No, it didn't.
I feel it. Oh, it did. Let me tell you what, these have been in my back closet for 2 months. Yeah, all day 2 months. I just haven't. I don't know. It's just hard. I'm not used to this kind of stuff. I'm more like, all right, I can build you a fire with 2 sticks and a rock, but I can't set up a microphone. Which are good for other things. Like, if COVID would have shut down the world, I would have been living like a fat cat.
We're going to have to get you some microphone equipment to get clipped on you so when you do these outside videos. We can't stop those.
No.
Some of them are hilarious. I love watching them.
Shit, I appreciate it. I mean, how did you... Well, I mean, Tim, like I said, we just did this one with Tim this week, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I definitely noticed that it was quiet in the beginning, and I should... You know what I mean? It was hard. I should have had a clip-on microphone. But... I was, I guess, more worried about just getting Tim. So,
yeah.
I mean,
it's his first time out. You're more worried about getting the customer satisfied, which is a buddy that needs to get up on his Second Amendment game.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Well, he's good now. He's feeling good now. I definitely feel like I wouldn't break into his house.
No, I don't think Tim's the one.
What do you mean?
I don't even think he'd have one already in the chamber. He's not going to be like one of those guys like, I'm going to wait to rack it back and give him that sound, because most of the guys would run away after they heard a shotgun crack.
True. I told him though. No, I did tell him to.
I want one in the chamber so that I don't even have to rack it.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you have to rack it, they get a chance to run. You shoot him in the back, you're screwed.
You are screwed. You do not.
If you shoot him in the front,
shoot somebody in the back. Hell yeah.
All right.
Well,
what kind of hunting are we talking about today? So these snow goose.
Well,
that's the only thing. What was it? Minks? No. What was the other thing?
What?
Groundhogs.
Groundhogs. Yeah, groundhogs you shoot actually any time of the year. They don't have a season.
So it's always?
It's always open.
It's always Groundhog Day.
It's always Groundhog Day.
Is that the point of that movie?
No, not at all.
Shut up. No, it might be. There might be a scene. You might have just figured it out.
I figured it out. It's always
Bill
Groundhog
Murray.
Day.
Drop a line.
Bill Murray was
is
actually...
Is that what that movie was actually about? I know that it was every day was repeating itself.
Yeah.
But is every day Groundhog Day, and that's the point of that movie?
Technically.
Shut your face hole.
I'm telling you, yeah. Yeah, Groundhog's open all year long. And you can shoot them with whatever you want as long as it's legal implement. If you can shoot a rifle, you can shoot them with a 50 cal and explode them if you wanted to. I shot one out here a couple months. Well, it was the summertime. We're getting back in the summer, so last year he ate all my green beans. All of a sudden, I seen him stick his little head up. It was July.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, he stuck his little head up out of the shed, and I stuck him right to the side of the shed, right through his neck. Got him. Oh well. I'm tired of these groundhogs.
You're doing some grown folk whack-a-mole kind of stuff.
You ain't lying.
Like, whoop.
Oh yeah, I waited for him too because I knew he just walked. He just went in there. I opened up the door and I was like, oh, he's gonna stick his head back out and see what I was. You know what I mean? Because he didn't really see me, but he heard the noise. So I was like, oh wait, I know he's gonna come back out. Yep, stuck his little head out. And wham, got him. Thwack.
Got him.
Stuck him right there. Big one too. Big one. Yeah. Yeah. The same thing my buddy Joe told me about that you could hunt them all. This is young. Now, you got to remember, my buddy Joe is actually my buddy Frank's dad. So, he used to take me out. My buddy's dad used to take me out turkey hunting, and we went to this place called Denton Hill, which is traditional archery, because he shoots all traditional.
Nice.
All traditional, you know what I mean? He went out west, and he hunted elk, pronghorn, mule deer. He's been on bear hunts, turkey hunts, I forget the other states. I'm actually going to have him come on and talk about where he's been and stuff like that. But yeah, so he used to take me up to Dillon Hill, and I tell you what, he is on top of. He knows all the things that like got me further in my hunting career. Like my old man and me, we used to go out hunting when I was younger, right? But the thing about it was we stuck mostly to deer and turkey.
Yeah.
Really, that's all it was deer and turkey. I mean, my because.
Didn't scatter duck in there every once in a while?
No. No, my old man was like, I'm not going duck hunting in the cold. He was like, I am not going to freeze my ass out to shoot a bird. He was like, I am not going to freeze my ass off in January to go shoot a stupid little bird.
I seen your dad too. He's a skinny bastard.
Yeah,
you
oh
might
my
not
God.
like it out there.
He freeze to death.
Bad circulation.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
He freeze to death.
Yeah,
Nowadays.
Poor guy.
But,
need them gauntlets.
Oh, shit, you ain't lying.
I need to get me a pair of them.
You need a gauntlet for his whole body. But no, the thing about it is he was never into hunting growing up. He never hunted, nothing like that. So he got into it the same day I got into it. You know what I mean? So we learned together. He'd bring me out. Oh, you got a phone call coming in. But we learned at the same exact time. So he would go out and I'd go out, and then he would just teach me stuff, and we basically teach each other stuff. Yeah. You know, so like gutting a deer. Like I gut the first deer. He never knew how to gut the deer. I did. You know, I fucked it all up, split the stomach open. Oh my God, I was pulling pieces out.
You didn't have YouTube. How old were you? 12, 13?
Maybe 11, 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
12-year-old us, you might have had YouTube.
I didn't even know YouTube.
No?
No, I didn't even have a cell phone. I didn't have cell phones growing up.
Yeah. So it was just, you open up a biology book or something? Like
No, I was just like, okay, I know that this is inside has to come out. How do we figure this out? Oh, yeah, that was it. That was it. You know, just people.
The genitals. What'd you do with the genitals? I mean, that was the one thing. Like, if you
cut it
was
all
it a
off.
doe?
No, it was actually a button buck. It was a small button buck.
Okay.
He had probably like a little, little half inch.
Because I know my first doe, dude, I got right through the milk.
Did you?
Through the sack.
Well, I always
just milk everywhere.
I always punctured the milk.
Do you?
I always do. It always happens because it just, I don't know how to get it. I mean,
ever since that first one, dude, since I haven't killed a buck yet, ever since that first, I make sure that I'm more careful around that. Because that stuff, it's just like, it's got like an oily consistency.
Definitely.
It like sticks. Because I don't use gloves and in that, like, I feel the milk the whole time. Even though blood's all over I feel that like oily residue from what the milk was.
Yeah, the fat
on.
Too. You feel all that fat in there. Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, yeah, that's another thing. It's funny that you say about the genitals. You're supposed to leave them on. I think I did, but I don't know. I was so young, man, at that time. I was just cutting everything. It's fun. I brought it. It was basically the point. I brought it to the butcher, and he looks in. He was like, gave me one of those looks like, oh boy, what happened here? So he looks in there and he's like, are you gonna take out the heart and lungs, or are you gonna let me take out? I was like, oh no, like I didn't know. We didn't know. We were learning at the same time, but it was funny because like my old man got me into hunting and fishing. Like we fished when we were our whole life, right?
Yeah.
But so my old man got me into hunting, and then he got hurt. He got hurt in his first car accident, right? So then like all these other people got me further. You know what I mean? Like my buddy John Roser, he got me more into bow hunting and different like stand placements, and like these people who've been hunting their whole lives, since the 80s and stuff, 70s and 80s. So it actually took me farther into my learning. And then Joe, when I met Joe in high school, a sophomore in high school was actually when I first met him. He got me even way further when it comes to traditional archery and just general regulations and stuff like that. So different safety and stuff like that. Like I said, we went to Denton Hill, which is Eastern Traditional Archery Shoot. So it's a skiing and snowboarding hill, but in the summertime, what they do is they use the lift, and you go all the way up the mountain, and you shoot your way down 3D, all 3D targets. Nice. They have cougars in the trees, and like long shots, like 200-yard long shots if you want to take aerials. And that's where I got to learn how to shoot aerials with flu-flus, which are the big yeah. So that's how I got shooting aerials for my first time was there. And then he has his camp in Andover, and he has aerial discs and stuff like that. And me and my buddy Frank, we used to shoot and do aerials. And he actually I'm pretty sure he said he hunted pheasant.
How successful are you with aerials?
Pretty good. You can get pretty good. People hunt pheasant and ducks, and you've seen people hunt geese and stuff like that.
Yeah, the geese I could see.
Yeah, people hunt pheasant and quail with longbows and recurves.
man, you don't even, you run away from a guy like that, and you just die tired because he's still going to hit you on the run.
He's still going to hit you on the run.
Square.
Oh, yeah, square.
Oh,
yeah.
Hitting pheasants and pigeons.
Pheasants and quail.
I was proud of myself for hitting that pigeon that day. That thing came over. I mean, it was high up there. I shouldn't have even taken the shot. It was straight above me, too.
It was good, though. It was a good shot.
Oh, yeah.
Legal.
I dropped him.
Oh, you dropped
Dango 20.
Dango 20. Bro.
Actually, he went about 40 yards above my head and landed on the rock bank. But
it was worth it.
Oh, yeah, dude. Just for the sheer fact that you were pissing off the side of the rocks.
Hey, you can't hold it all the time. Well, Little John, actually, my buddy Little John Roser's son, Little John, he's actually older than me. I just obviously just know him as Little John. But he actually came up with a good idea. Just stuff the Gatorade bottle down there, and then you could keep it in your lower half. You know, piss in the Gatorade bottle, cap it off, and keep it in your lower half until it gets cold, so it warms you up also. I should start doing that, but the only problem is when I have a horn problem.
A horn problem?
Yeah, yeah.
From a Gatorade bottle?
No, the horn. It won't fit in. It's not long enough to go all the way down. So
I thought the hole was the issue. I was about to say, if you can't piss into a Gatorade bottle, God bless your wife.
No, the other way.
She can't walk right for weeks.
Other way around.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we're eye to eye now. Mm-hmm. Don't look at me in the eye.
No. Well, the problem really is...
Dude, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Hunting sucks. Oh, yeah. And when it comes to, like, you're sitting in a tree stand, dude. Yeah. You're in a ladder stand, and you've been sitting there for, like, 2.5 hours, and it hits you.
Oh, yeah.
It hits you. You're like, it's not time to come down yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So sometimes I just whip it out and just piss over the side. I try not to mess with it too much. Do it.
Honestly, I don't know. Some people say that actually... I don't know. I don't know about it. Some people say don't piss anywhere around your tree stand. Some people say piss around your tree stand.
Some people say they don't piss their first piss in the morning. They wait till they get to their tree stand because it's a powerful odor.
Powerful piss. Yeah, I've heard of that before. I don't know.
Pungent.
I've never had... I can't say I haven't had a deer win me, but I haven't had a deer win me that wasn't my fault. We'll just say that. You know what I mean? Like 100%. I came fresh out of work or school at the time, and I knew I smelled like shit. Like you know.
You drank too much the night before, and you could smell the whiskey all over you.
Yeah.
There's plenty of situations like that.
But like I feel like cigarette smoke, and like I don't know, just natural human odor. I feel like in our area it isn't as prevalent as I feel like maybe like up north Canada, maybe out west. Where there's
depends on how deep in the woods you are. If they're not used to smelling guys walking around smoking cigarettes or gals.
Yeah. True. There's a lot of women hunters out there, too, you know. But
they could be chewing and dipping.
They could be chewing. I used to know women who used to chew and dip.
Yeah.
But
through the old dip swap. Okay. That's hot.
Oh yeah, that whole herpes colada right there.
Ooh,
herpes, fucking nasty.
You old Betty Lou.
Ooh. But anyway, I don't know. I feel like in Western New York in general, like they're so used to human odor in general. I feel like cigarette smoke's almost like a cover for them.
Yeah, I feel like you can bring your dog out hunting in most of these state parks because how many people walk their dogs during off hunting season, and they even walk their dogs during hunting season, like a bunch of morons.
True.
And jingling around with freaking ginger bear.
True.
Ginger bear, come here, ginger bear. You're ginger bear. I'm gonna shoot him too. Get the hell out of the woods during hunting season.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I hate when people are walking through the woods during hunting season.
Oh my God.
Nature walks and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God.
We are so limited here in Western New York on where we're able to hunt at.
Well,
give us that space when it's time for us to hunt.
Yeah.
Just find your ass somewhere else. I get it. You want to get your dog out, but it's never like somebody walking a Rhodesian Ridgeback or, walking a Great Dane or a Greyhound or anything. It's always some freaking person out with a Pomeranian. Yeah. Get your goddamn Pomeranian fluffball out of here with the 16 freaking necklaces. Why does he jingle so much?
Yeah, you ain't lying. Actually, it's funny. It's funny you say that. I seen a older couple, walking their dog in a stroller the other day. I was like, you gotta be kidding. Little frou-frou little dog.
Yeah.
I was driving by, almost crashed the car. I was like, are you kidding me? They are walking a little frou-frou dog around in a stroller.
Dude, they legit think it's their child. I don't know.
Oh yeah, people. Well, I mean, people love dogs. I love dogs too, but
I
I
love
would
them, too.
never think. I would never push my dog, who's got 4 legs, in a stroller. You know what I mean? I'm sitting in a chair
This
and
is
having him pull me.
My dog, I guarantee you, no matter how old he gets, he will still be able to outrun me, have me in endurance. Why am I carrying him or pushing him around?
Yeah, you're not doing that. You're not
Stop
doing it. Why would you?
These things can run for days.
Oh yeah.
We can't run for 5 minutes, okay?
You ain't lying.
You know what I mean?
Well, you ain't
and you're
lying.
pushing him? Get
And
out
you're
of here.
pushing him like it's a kid, like a newborn. But so yeah, so what are we gonna do for turkey? Are you gonna go out for turkey this year? What's
I'm gonna try it.
happen?
I'll go out with you, man. I'd love to go out to Akron with you.
Yeah, I mean, I got to talk to my buddy John and see what's gonna go on, and see if we can go out there for turkey. I know, like I said, I know that there's a bearded hen in there I've been after. I know he knows I've been after it too. Oh yeah, I don't think he's seen it yet, but I've seen it twice. I've seen it the first year, and it had a little short, 3-inch beard. But now, last year when I seen her, she has a real long beard. And it's strange to see a bearded hen. You know what I mean? It's cool. But I don't know, man. I mean, I love turkeys, but they are hard to hunt. I mean, when you're hunting birds, I feel like you get locating them first of all is one of the hardest things, right? Because you want to see them roost, but a lot of times you can't find them. Right, so you go out in the morning and you're calling. You could hear a turkey gobble, and they're frustrating because you could hear them gobble, and they'll gobble and gobble and gobble all day.
Never move,
and they'll never move off that hen. So actually, sometimes what I'll do is I'll give up on the morning hunt, and I'll go in the afternoon before because you only got till noon, right? I'll go back out at like 10 o'clock when they're off the hen. Because sometimes you'd be more successful in the afternoon. Now they're off the hen. They did their breeding thing, and now they're like, all right, I'm looking after a new hen.
Yeah.
But it's calls too, though. I mean, like sometimes you use a mouth call, you can use a box call, use a slate call. All of a sudden you go to that old push button, and all of a sudden, boom, you got a gobble. It's like a tune. It's like a tune, like whatever tune they want that day.
Yeah.
That's what but it's hard to find out. That's why you see like turkey hunters carry, the turkey vest with little strikers coming out of everywhere and little calls and mouth calls.
I feel like turkey would be one of those situations where those Walker game earbuds, the sound enhancing earbuds, you know what I mean? They pick up sound. They allow you to hear a lot better, put it that way. So you could pick up on like a bleat of a doe from a little bit further away than what you would, or something walking through the woods and scuffling around leaves 100 yards away, because something that you wouldn't normally hear. These hearing apparatuses that you put in your ear are supposed to enhance sound around you.
Yeah, but
which is kind of dope.
You thinking that those would be good for turkey?
I feel like those would be good for turkey, because if you can get that tone for the day, you're setting up, getting out of your truck and getting ready to walk out, and you got those things in. You can hear what the woods are talking about. You know what I mean?
True. I tell you what, though, I've never had a problem hearing a hard time.
Yeah.
Hearing a turkey. I mean, I've never had a hard time.
Distance-wise, where situation of what angle they're coming from.
When they're gobbling, like it's a old thunder chicken. The old thunder chicken does not ever disappoint when they let off.
They're loud.
Oh, they are super. Like me and Joe, he has a different way of hunting. Like most people, not most people, but the majority of people who turkey hunt, they pop up a ground blind, right?
Yeah.
And they want to sit in the ground blind with their decoys out like that. He uses no decoys, no ground blind, just himself.
Sits.
No, ground and pounds. He's got a certain way of ground and pound. So what you're doing is you're out there in the dark, and you're locating the turkey in the dark.
Yeah.
Almost, right at that first light, right? And if you hear crows, stop whatever you're doing, and listen, because they'll call back to a crow. That's why people use crow call.
Nice.
If you hear a crow, just stop. Don't even move. Just listen, because then you'll hear if there's one around that wants to call back to a crow. Natural crow call. Oh yeah, they'll crawl right.
So crows and turkey.
Crows and turkey. Owl too. Owl in the morning, or right before evening, if you want to. Just hoo hoo hoo. Oh yeah, I got an owl call, and they'll let off to an owl because they fight. Turkeys and owls fight.
Yo, Crips and Bloods.
For real.
Turkeys and owls.
And so does crows. That's why they call back to the
West Side Story out there in the fucking woods.
It's a crazy one. Oh yeah, everything wants a turkey. Everything wants a piece of the birds. You know what I mean?
Damn.
But yes. So what he does then is he locates a turkey and then he closes the gap. So like say if he hears a turkey 200 yards away, he's gonna start boom. I'm off after it, right?
He's on it.
So
on a beeline.
Oh yeah, right on a beeline, and then he'll get what he thinks is 100. Sit, call, hear where it is.
Try to get it to him now.
Yep. And then try to hear it, and then all of a sudden, if it's still a ways away, get a little bit closer. Sit,
Call.
Boom, call. And then all of a sudden, then you know. But then, because then it sounds like a bird moving closer to him, right? So then what it'll do is you'll sit as soon as you're close. You know, you don't want to get 30 yards and then try to sit. You know what I mean? You really do want to get within probably, I don't know, 60 to 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want that thing to see
you. You want to get eyes on the birds before it gets eyes on you. Ideally.
You know what though? But the thing about it is if you get an eye on the bird, he's got an eye on you. You wanna be stealthy enough to know where he is in the woods, and you not see each other, and have him come into you.
Yeah.
So okay, so then, you know, you'll sit next to the tree, you call, and then hopefully what he'll do is come in. But the thing about a turkey is too, I don't know if you know this, they will stop. They'll cross a creek, right? But sometimes they won't. They'll get hung up. They'll see they'll see a fence or a creek and they'll get hung up. Like I know people who've called turkeys. I know myself too. I've called turkeys, and all of a sudden you're hearing them walking back, and you're like, okay, this turkey is going insane. He's gobbling and gobbling and gobbling, right? And all of a sudden then he shuts up. He's gone. And you're like,
where the hell did he go?
Yeah, where did he go? Right? So you wait. You're calling. You're waiting and calling. All right, he's gone. Let me go see what the hell happened. All of a sudden you go and you see a old piece of barbed wire in between two trees, and you could see it all scuffed up in between because he got stuck there. And he didn't
think about going around.
He didn't think about going around, so he just gave up and turned around.
Wow.
Oh yeah, so it's a smart bird, but yeah,
fighting that while you're hunting them?
Fighting a lot of shit.
So he kind of just bumped into it a couple times, like.
Oh yeah, and he literally walked back and forth.
That's crazy.
And would not cross. Oh yeah, and I've known many people who've done that. Like, oh, there was a log that was crossed the creek. You could see it all scuffed up on the other end. Never crossed it, but naturally they'll just do it. But I feel like once they're hunting down a hen, if they find any inconvenience, they're like, I'm going back.
Wow.
Going back to the other one. Oh yeah. But they'll sit there and they'll just gobble, gobble, blah, 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 all over, and they just won't. Oh yeah, they won't move.
That's funny.
Oh yeah. I shot one.
They gotta be close relatives to the dodo bird.
Gotta be. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. That's a stupid little bird. You ever hear them puff?
No.
Oh, they make a noise too. When they
get all ruffled up.
Yeah,
yeah.
It literally sounds just like a.
Like an inflation.
Really? Yeah. Cause,
nice.
They're doing it with their nose, and they're making that tuft. Kind of getting huge, fighting each other.
Getting huge.
Oh, yeah. my rooster does that now. This fat ass.
I've seen roosters do that actually. Thinking about it.
Where they get.
Yeah.
And they drop their wings.
I've actually heard.
You could judge a bird too. Like obviously you could judge it by the spurs.
Yeah.
But you could judge a bird too by the wings, like how many times it's dragged on the ground. You'll see all the tips are all broken off and stuff like that. You know, you could tell how hard he was.
That's how they do that for peacocks too. That's how they age them, I think.
Do they?
Yeah, it's something like that. I feel like I've been in Flamingo Gardens, this place out in Florida. It's just yeah. It's got all these birds and animals. It's like a little zoo. It's pretty dope. It's cool to take your family at least once or twice. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like that was one of the things that they told us about the peacocks. That's how they age them.
I tell you what, too. Well, I didn't know that about peacocks. That's kind of cool.
Peacocks.
I was thinking about getting them. They're expensive.
You're getting a peacock?
I was thinking about it, but they're expensive. I was
to
thinking about
replace what, your rooster?
No, I have a new rooster.
But what were you going to get a peacock for?
Just to have it.
Do they do well in cold?
Yeah, I know people who have them.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know people who have them. They sell
How much is a peacock?
$700 a pair.
A pair?
A pair. You have to buy them in a pair.
Yeah, I was figuring that. That's not bad. You get two animals for
$700 for two birds. I can buy two chickens at Tractor Supply for $4 a piece.
When was the last time you went outside and said, "Damn, chicken, you pretty as fuck"? No, when you go outside and see them peacocks, you'd be like, "Wow, look at that."
That's true.
That's my buddy.
That's true. That's true. You ever see a golden pheasant?
Yes.
You could get those.
How much?
Probably the same price.
Yeah,
$4 or $5.
I was actually at that store in the Eastern Hills Mall, that like exotic pet store that they have over there.
Okay, yeah.
They got like the parrots and stuff. There was just little, I don't know. It looked like a short version of a macaw, but it was full grown. Thing had been, I don't know, like maybe 5 inches tall. Beautiful little thing, and I was like, oh man, it's like a baby parrot. How much? This got to be cheaper, right?
Yeah.
No, it was more than the McCall. It was like $850. I'm like,
yeah.
what?
But you
I
know,
was like, it only gets this big. Does it grow? Does it say things? He's
Yeah.
like, oh, you can teach it how to whistle. Oh, yeah.
great. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
great.
Yeah, it's gonna whistle.
Here you go.
Hey, you're gonna
Get
say
it off
something
my
nice.
finger.
It's for $800. You better believe. Hopefully, it doesn't fall off and break its wing or something.
Right?
Like that.
They
Oh, my
better
God.
do art, make me money on Etsy or something. I don't know.
They better do something. I tell you that much.
Yeah, we need to get at these turkeys though, man.
We'll get
Since we
at 'em.
didn't get the snows.
We didn't get the snow. You know what?
I think
though?
we should get on
the
these
thing about it is,
turkeys.
I feel like they came through a lot faster than I was predicting. They came through, way early. It was that warm up because all of a sudden the Canadas were back, and then I happened to look on Iroquois observations, which if you're listening to this right now and you want to see some cool pictures, go on Facebook and look up Iroquois observations, because these are professional photographers out there, photographing some cool ducks and birds that you normally wouldn't see. Like right now, there's guys out there doing pintails and ringnecks, and
Nice.
but they had snows, and all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute, there's snows in Iroquois right now? So I started thinking about it. It's by the time I've seen them, they were already gone.
I was about to ask, how quick do they post the pictures that they take? Is it like immediate?
Well,
They take them that day, they
some
post them that night?
Some do that night. Some
I
do
mean,
that night. But
you could use that as hunting.
You definitely could, guys.
Hunting homework.
Just remember that if you're posting these pictures, that animal might get shot the next day.
Yeah.
But it was funny too because somebody had a big buck. It was a couple weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, and I was like, man, they're still. Remember I was telling you, still holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a real big buck that somebody had pictured, and it was still holding his antlers. It was still holding, which is strange. I mean, I don't know.
You figured that a buck like that's probably going to have a bad growth year this year then if they're waiting that long in the shed, no?
No, it depends on nutrients, genetics, diet, stuff like that. If they're getting a lot of the nutrients they need, a lot, and with he had good genetics. You could just tell it was symmetrical, both sides, big and wide and thick.
What are the chances that he never sheds? Is that impossible?
It's impossible.
Absolutely impossible.
Absolutely possible. Because it's a bone, and actually, like if you're looking right here, this bottom piece of their antler, they call it the I forget the name, but like basically the button right where it comes out of the skull.
Yeah.
This all dries up. Their antler dries up, and then it dies off. Because as soon as they shed their velvet, they stop growing.
It stops growing after that.
Because I don't know if you ever seen when their velvet's hanging. It actually has like veins and stuff in it. Yeah, it's nasty.
Like some of it looks
nasty.
like it's bleeding.
It is. It bleeds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they bleed and they eat it.
It's like
off.
a cuticle though.
It's basically like
you rip a hangnail, dude. That's what it's
I
almost
don't know
like.
if that hurts them or not.
I'm not positive.
I don't know. It'd be
Anybody ever
interesting
ask
to
a deer and see what they feel about it?
know. By the time you're asking them, usually they're in my freezer.
Ooh.
I've shot them with
Vinny 1, deer 0.
Deer 0. I tell you what, I had this buck right here that you're looking at right here. It's a 4x4, little basket 4x4, but this guy gave me three arrows to take him. Stood there, duck 2, and then I whacked him on the last one. Huh?
Duck hit?
Oh, duck hit for real. Oh yeah. Actually, I think the first one was me. The first one was definitely me. I know it was definitely me.
What was the second one?
The second one he ducked because he was looking at me.
Oh, okay.
And then the third one I smacked him because I knew he was going to duck it again. So
you
I
shot
aimed low. Oh yeah, I aimed low. I knew he was going to do it. I could see him like crouching down already, getting ready.
No shit.
And yeah, as soon as I let it go, he crouched down and smacked him. I was perfect.
Yo, that one doe that I hit, actually my first doe
Yeah.
ever, I shot, gave her a haircut the first one, saw the freaking arrow go into the wood line,
Yeah.
never found that arrow with
No.
a lighted knock.
Buried.
It buried itself in that. It was so thick brush. But then she turns, looks behind her, and thinks that the threat of whatever happened came from the woods because of the arrow going through the leaves and the tree and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So she looks there, and actually I probably shouldn't have taken the shot. First shot that I ever took at a deer was 48 yards
Yeah.
from a ground blind. Probably wasn't like...
It was a long shot.
It was. I had a lot of faith.
That's a
in
long
myself.
shot. I mean, that's a long shot.
So Anna was seated. So
where are you?
Yeah,
It's hard for me to shoot seated.
yeah.
I can't shoot.
I was seated. So she ended up coming in, and she got to about 34, 32 yards, and then I took a shot and double lunged her. But
Did you? Yeah.
yeah,
No.
I was like, oh God, the fever.
That was
Even
a
though
long
it was
shot.
a doe,
You know what?
the fever.
I have more of a fever for does. I mean, big bucks
Big.
will give
yeah.
me like the one that I ended up.
Any shooter buck's gonna give me a fever at this point.
Yeah, I ended up, that big buck I whacked this year and I shoulder hit.
Yeah,
And that was it
was a 9, right?
it was a 9 because he broke it off.
Yeah.
He broke it off. He was a big one though. That 9 that I shot
Akron,
during
right?
gun. That was during gun. I'm talking about the one during bow. Remember that big one I had on the trail cam? That big 8, that big nasty 8. Oh yeah, the broken tine on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one I shoulder hit, and I lost him. That was the one I lost. Jesse too. Jesse was able to come out and bring his dog out, and we looked, and I did the whole 9 yards as much as you want. People were because I asked immediately. I was like, okay, I know it wasn't the best shot, and I was like, I know I'm gonna need the dogs on this one. There was people on the hunting and fishing site, Western New York Hunting and Fishing, who were like, well, give it time. They're like, no wonder so many people are jumping fucking deer. I'm like, listen, I'm not after this deer. I'm like, that's why I'm calling. I know I hit this deer bait. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it wasn't the right shot. And thankfully he was able to come out and he did his best, him and his buddy and his dog. And I think if that deer would have been in that woods, we would have found.
Yeah.
I know it went to the road, crossed up, and hit the railroad tracks, and it was gone. Which he could live. I mean, I know shoulder shot deer have lived.
Yeah.
They definitely have.
They're resilient.
They are resilient. They are. I know deer who have had 3 legs and lived. Whole leg
Actually,
gone.
my buddy Rob Clerk, he'd be another one to have on this show too. Another vet.
Yeah.
He actually had to take a deer. I think it was 2 years ago. Freaking thing had like an arrow in its foot still.
Did it? Yeah.
Just walking around with an arrow in its foot, all limping and stuff like that. It wasn't. I think it was like a 4-point buck, and he was just like, "This freaking thing's. It can't run. It can't do anything. It's limping around. A coyote's gonna just take it." He's like, I got a tag.
Yeah.
So he ended up taking it, and he was like, "That was my buck tag for the year." But.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm not going to let that thing walk around and just suffer with that and get infected, and then it's going to get just attacked.
True. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a good thing about coyotes. They do clean up, but we have way too many coyotes.
We have way too many deer. We have way too many coyotes.
I don't think we have too many deer. I think the deer population is down.
That's because you hunt them out here. You got to go to Lancaster, bro, where you can't hunt them and see how many deer there are.
There's a lot of
and
deer
see
over
how
there.
DUC needs to get on their freaking game
But
and
no,
start getting bow hunting. At least bow hunting. Let me bow hunt. Why can I not
It should be a
bow hunt?
permit thing or something. Like Amherst, East Amherst and stuff like that, where
Resident
there is
only.
woods. Resident only, or if you want to put it in,
Resident only lottery.
resident only lottery, or if they have a problem, such a big problem, and I know that there's land that people don't hunt. The people who complain are also the people who don't want to see hunting, usually, naturally. They're like, oh, these deer are eating my bushes, but I don't want to see them.
Yeah, and they're also the ones with like the little freaking deer buzzer thing, and you outside of the front of their house, they're like,
No, the deer at this point don't even care.
dude, no, they don't care about your stupid whistle.
No, they don't give a shit. Because they know. They're like, okay, what's this thing going to do? I'm going to eat your tulips.
Yeah.
Have fun. You know what I mean? You just put these daylilies in?
Came here
Come
to
on.
do 2 things: shit all over your yard and eat your tulips.
Absolutely.
I just got done wiping my ass. I'm gonna eat all your fucking tulips anyways, Karen.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
No, it's the truth, though. I mean, and they should let you hunt in these places, but they don't. And that's the biggest problem. Like, but you don't see coyotes out. Like, do you see a lot of coyotes in Lancaster? Like, a lot of coyotes?
You know what? I hear coyotes, and I think they're somewhere in Como Park.
Yeah.
But I don't see them. I've never seen one.
Don't see them. I know they're all over Western New York, obviously.
Oh,
You know, people see 'em in
100%.
Buffalo. But
I've seen a bunch of coyotes. I just don't see them around Lancaster. I
No.
hear them.
And
Never seen one.
I don't think anybody really sees them that much in East Amherst. I mean, you do see them, but
Yeah.
you're not seeing the big population. You're seeing a lot of deer, a small population of coyotes. I feel like in these hunting areas, we're able to hunt, like, Alabama swamps, anywhere where you're able to hunt deer, I feel like the population of coyotes is also huge. I feel like it's more prevalent. Like, there's way more coyotes where you're able to hunt deer, so I feel like the population isn't as great.
So,
So they're getting kind of like beat down 2 ways.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I mean,
I don't know.
they give out a lot of tags for areas too that I don't think they should. Like my area in Niagara County, I get a lot of tags, but I don't feel like there's that many deer. But I think they're taking the population of deer all from, like, technically North Tonawanda is Niagara County, technically Niagara Falls, and like all these other places where you're not able to hunt are Niagara County, but the places that you are, like, take your population from where you're able to hunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to have a DEC officer come out here and talk and, like, be like, okay, I want to know
Exactly how they're getting their numbers.
Yeah, like, how are you guys getting your numbers? Like, is it just a general? Like, are you going to Tiff Farm and telling me, like, okay, now I got, there was 10 deer here this year, there's 20 deer here this year now. This should be the same around the state. Like, I don't think that's.
You drive in between Transit and Union Road on Broadway.
Yeah.
and you drive that stretch, you will probably see at any given day around dusk 50 to 60 deer. They're just in the field, herds of them.
Yeah.
There's like 18 deer there, 26 deer over there. They're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Not one deer could be hunted. They're in there, dude. There's horses in these pens, and
Bring this closer.
as
There you go.
as horses are in the pens, the deer are eating on the other side of their fence.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, come on, man.
You see that out here, but
Bow
definitely
hunting?
not as much.
You don't want to allow bow hunting? Yeah, they're overpopulated in my opinion, but I'm used to it because I see where they're overpopulated.
Yeah.
They're not overpopulated where you're at because you don't deal with that city life.
You know when the last time I seen a deer was in this woods?
Probably January.
Hunting season.
Really?
I don't see deer here all year until I'm actually in the woods hunting these deer. I do not see, like, in this big, I have a huge, for people who don't know, in my backyard, I have a huge grass field that you would think that they'd be out there every single night. Not the case.
Really?
Not the case.
Put a salt lick out there.
I still don't think they would.
He didn't put a salt lick out there.
No, but I'm just saying, if I do, I still don't think they're gonna come out like you think.
I put salt licks some places and just watch deer that weren't there just pop up out. They're like zombies. You put a salt lick out there, maybe a little bit of that cane on there.
Yeah. Well,
they're hitting it. They're finding it.
I don't know what New York State's going to do this year, but it's going to be a mess, I feel like, because they want to do away with all the salt licks. They want to do away with, which obviously
the salt licks
you're not allowed to use for hunting anyway.
But what was the other thing? The scents, the lures? Come on, dude.
They are going to try to do away with deer peas because they're saying that the CWD.
They're actually killing businesses around here too.
They're going to kill hunting also.
They are, and DEC's just rolling over.
Like Michigan, tried to do away with. I don't know if they actually were successful to do away with baiting, because in other states you're allowed to bait deer. And
Florida,
and that's the thing. You're not guaranteed. Like, okay, you could put bait out, but you're never guaranteed a deer. You're never guaranteed that a deer's going to come up. They could be smarter. This is a wild animal.
They are smarter than most people think.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the people that don't hunt.
Absolutely.
People that don't hunt don't realize how smart these animals are.
Oh, my God, you ain't lying. And they are. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like a park deer, like you could go to Tiff Farm and they walk up to you, Tiff Farm in Buffalo. And I feel like as soon as you go into the woods and you're not going to walk up to a deer in Alabama swamp.
No,
you're not going to get close.
You're not going to get within 100 yards of them without them being spooked and running.
Absolutely not. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like baits and stuff like that aren't legal, and I don't know about that because what's the difference between me putting up a half-acre corn plot, or a food plot?
That's actually probably worse. Tell you the truth.
It's got to be worse.
Because it's not the half-acre food plot and the full-acre food plot that people are doing. They're putting micro plots. And if CWD is a freaking thing, it's because they're pooping, peeing, and eating all in the same spot. So micro plots would be the bigger contributor to this than anything else.
But they don't talk about that.
But raised feeders, where the shit's not hitting the ground, they literally have these raised feeders. You've seen them.
I have one. Oh, I have one.
You might or might not have one.
No, I use it for my chickens.
You know what? Okay, all right. So you use the raised feeder for your chickens. Yeah. It doesn't even hit the ground. So there is literally never piss and shit on it. And these DEC people are still being either, like I said, they're roll over. It's like any guy in the city that comes up with some ridiculous, erroneous law, they just go with it. And nobody pushes back.
Nobody pushes back.
Nobody.
No, I feel like New York State
I don't know how to push back.
Well,
but that's their job. My job is not in the DEC, so I shouldn't know how to push back.
You would have to
do
go.
Your job.
I don't know what you would have to do. Honestly, I don't know if you would have to sign
petitions, get 4 million people to sign off on something, or maybe we just picket and riot and start raiding Foot Lockers until they give us what we want. I don't know.
It works for other people.
It does.
It works for a lot of other things, I guess. I mean, but the thing about it is, it makes no sense. Like Michigan. And that was another thing. It's funny because I was talking about Ted Nugent earlier, but that's obviously he's got his land in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
But that's the one thing he was lobbying for, saying you're killing and driving hunting families out because of the baiting thing. I have never needed bait for deer. I don't know. I feel like I put my tree stands. I do a lot of homework on deer, which takes a lot of time. But what about that? What about that guy who can't, who's got the 4 kids and works 40 to 50 hours a week?
But he has a piece of 10-acre land that he throws a couple feeders out on.
Absolutely. I mean, why would that hurt anything? I mean, because how do you stop a deer from a licking branch during the rut? You know when they're licking above on the branch and they got their scrapes on the ground, community scrapes. If people don't know, that's a thing. A community scrape is a thing. You'll see a small buck scrape, but then you'll see a scrape where every deer is hitting.
Yeah.
And it's huge. You know, it's a big, like a ditch almost, because they're just scraping the hell out of it and pissing in there and licking that licking branch. How do you stop that? That's nature.
Yeah.
You can't. So how do you stop CWD? You can't. I mean, that's where that bait stuff.
Do you see? Population control.
That's it.
That's it. There's one answer.
Population control.
And if you don't allow hunting to happen, you know what? The other way CWD stops, we stop growing as humanity. We stop having damn babies and infiltrating on their property.
Our population's huge.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only other way. Give them more room to spread, because that's the other successful way. But one of the two got to bend, because it's nonsense. West Seneca. I was talking to another guy at work, Nick, and he was telling me how West Seneca, on average, it's like $1,100 per accident for any deer accident. $1,100 on average for every, through insurance or whatever it was. That was the average that he came out with. There's like 8 a month. So $8,800 a month goes towards people having to pay in the community because you guys refuse to allow, at maximum, bow hunting in your community in designated areas.
Oh, yeah.
Shut it down. All these freaking walking parks or whatever, shut certain ones of them down just to give them a chance to spread out further. Yeah. So the ones that do survive throughout the hunting season, they get a chance to spread out further. CWD would go down.
CWD, I don't know how prevalent it is in New York. I don't know. I don't.
That's all they ever talk about, though.
That is all they ever talk about.
That's all these freaking...
I guess it's wreaking havoc. It's wreaking havoc in other states, but what's the population? I'd like to see the population.
Yeah, I still like to see those numbers. We got to get on that. I mean, I got a guy we could really bug and just... We flick him in the eye and shit when he pisses us off. He's a small dude. Yeah. He's got guns, though.
Oh well.
I'd still flick him in the eye. Fuck that guy. But, DEC guy. Jamie, you're cool, though. I like you, bro. I miss shooting with you.
Shout out to Jamie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't know. I don't know how prevalent it is, honestly.
Yeah. I'd like to see these numbers where they come up with them, why they come up with this decision of not being able to hunt in certain areas, whatever local officials are still holding up these heinous laws and not... You're providing a service to the community. You don't want Karens around the community to see hunting. We won't hunt in her areas, but there's plenty of other areas that we can hunt that Karen won't see us.
That's true. That's true. I mean, people need to realize too. That's the thing too. People look at hunting as like, oh, you're killing Bambi, so that means you're making that animal a cartoon in your head. Yes. Like you were giving that animal no rights in your own head. You're the worst kind of person. If you're looking at an animal like it's a cartoon, then you're looking at it completely wrong. You're making that life the same as Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're making the life
like
of the
saying
animal.
You're never gonna kill a mouse in your house. Like all rat traps should just vanish.
Oh yeah, it's like
it's inhumane.
Well, it's like vegans too.
Well, they're not humans.
No. Well, like you hear about vegans saying like we don't want to talk about, and this is gonna stir some people. I'm gonna tell you what. But vegans, let me talk to you real quick. For real, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you real quick, because you're killing animals. Whether you like it or not, you are, because you know what you got to do to have your tofu and all your vegetable and all these big farms. I don't care if they're natural farms, organic, or what it is. Behind that tractor, you're killing mice and ground squirrels and snakes and bugs and all, and that's why the seagull, birds, ground birds, doves. You want to know how many mourning doves lay on the ground in fields and lay there at nest, and you're just crushing them, because these farmers don't know, and they have to farm. Yeah, if you want your
unless
stuff,
they're going to start doing it by hand.
Oh yeah, unless you're living off of your own vegetables for your entire life, and that's all you're living off of, you are killing animals. Believe it or not, I don't care. You are killing animals.
Believe it or not, you're not a good person.
Well, I mean, it's just. I mean, not saying that they're not good people, but the thing about it is like
they're not better.
They're not better. Like
it's your lifestyle.
It's your
Eat
lifestyle.
all your damn veggies that you want. Don't come at me for hunting a deer, because I hit that thing way more humane than you got your tofu, homie.
Way more humane. Well, that's why if you ever look behind a tractor, you see seagulls, hawks, and turkey vultures. Crows. They're always following a tractor, because they know that right behind there is a whole bunch of dead stuff. A whole bunch of dead stuff, and they're just picking it off because it's all dead.
Pick up the scraps right after.
And that's what they're doing. And that's the thing. There's death in the vapor trail. Like, okay, good, you're not eating an animal, but there's death in your vapor trail.
Yeah.
And I hate when vegans are like, oh, I don't hurt animals. Bullshit. Maybe you don't.
From woods to table is what we're doing.
Absolutely. I or
from the water.
Or from the water.
Yeah.
I should be on my fishing game right now. I should be trout fishing. I'm messing up right now. Trout are
Really?
running. Trout are running right now, and I'm
I
messing
haven't seen
it
the
up.
people around my area trout. I usually see them out there catching them up.
They're
I
out
haven't
there.
seen 'em.
Whoa, what creek?
8. That's not 18 Mile. The Buffalo Creek, whatever
Buffalo
that one
Creek?
is.
Is it Buffalo Creek? There's
Behind-
Buffalo Creek.
What's that? Clinton and Bennett? No. Man, it's right off of Clinton and Transit. That creek that runs back over there.
I don't even
Blossom,
know.
maybe.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
It's a huge
Never-
creek. It even has like a waterfall that falls down.
Really?
It's like a
Interesting.
2-level. You go over this bridge. It's amazing.
Really? No,
So
I've never,
beautiful.
I've never known. And people fish trout over there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Buffalo Creek.
You're giving away people's spots over here.
I mean, I don't usually see the same people over there. It seems to be pretty.
Everybody go to Burt Dam. Leave my creeks alone. But
Yeah, man.
I was just saying how much time we did here. But yeah, I mean, Burt Dam does have, steelhead in it right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, all these little creeks
you
do.
can be smashing them, bro.
I should be, but I got the kid. It's hard to do stuff with kids, man. You know
It
how it
is.
is. Oh my god,
It
especially because they're so
is.
small. You know what I mean? Like if Hunter was older, I could do a whole hell of a lot more.
You'll
'Cause
start
I'm just-
taking him out. You'll start just
Oh,
giving
wait.
up the battle and be like, just put a diaper in your back pocket and just go.
Oh man, I did that with Viv. It's just at this point now he's like if I'm gonna trout fish for like steelhead, I'm in the water with my waders walking up and down
Yeah.
the small creeks. I'd have to put him in the waders, backwards or something like that. You know what I mean? Which is possible. I used to do with
It'd be
Viv.
kind of funny if you just had like one of those like figure out a neoprene baby harness that you put on the front and just strap them right in the front.
Oh yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. Knocking them back. I've done it.
Just, hey, hold this. Crack open a beer. Drink. All right, hold the beer. Give
Oh,
me the
yeah.
pole again.
Try to run away from the beaver with
I
the
always-
kid on me.
I always thought in the military it'd be great to have an attack midget. Maybe you're just having a fishing midget with you,
Fishing midget?
That's your little human.
It's my little thing.
Yeah,
It's my
your
little guy.
Vinny midget.
My little guy. My little
Your
guy.
little Vinion.
I had 2 of those this week at work.
That was great.
2 of those this week. 2 trainees. They're doing good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Work ain't what it's at. I would like to do this all the time instead of work. You know what I mean?
We
man?
can make this happen.
I don't know. No, I don't know. We'll see. This is just
Yeah.
fun to do.
It is fun.
It's just fun to talk. Like I said, I would like to just have people on here so we can find out more. Because I'd like to find out more. Because there's so much.
Is this going to be geared more towards local? You think? You think we're going to be helping out for the local hunter, the guy that, the typical guy in Western New York that's just having problems figuring out where to hunt? We can kind of give him some tips to put him out there on the right spots.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you definitely could. I mean,
Might piss off some people.
the thing about it is like
Come at
like-
me, bro.
Like the things that I know aren't the way. The things that you know aren't the way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's so many
But
different
that's what
ways.
everybody's
you know what I mean?
doing.
But
Even when you did like your squirrel videos, dude, you're gonna have the people that are like, "That's not the way I do it." Oh,
Yeah,
I
there
do it
was
quicker.
people
I
who
do
do
it
it.
this
Yeah.
way. I do it that
Yeah.
way. Man, you start paying attention to that, you're gonna drive yourself insane.
well, you ain't lying. I mean,
But-
let me tell you what. Those videos that I've been doing started off with me just wanting to do something for my kids, right? And they have
Yeah.
they've turned into something cool. Like some people love them. But I still have people who are like, "Oh, you should do it like this. You messed this up. You did this." I'm like, "You go fuck yourself." I don't care. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I just don't care.
fuck up.
That's true because, like, man, at the end of the day, these are for me.
Yeah.
These are for me, and they're for everybody else who cares and wants to see different shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And that's what we're
You're
doing.
two
right now.
guys bullshitting, just talking about life sometimes.
Talking about life
Because that's
sometimes.
just enjoyable.
You know what? Some people don't realize that some people go through the same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're a community, bro.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but I feel like Western New York has a decent hunting community, but they're not together at all.
No. A lot of people do their own thing.
A lot of people.
A
do
lot
their
of
own
people,
thing.
and there's a lot of people that own a lot of land that could definitely help out other hunters becoming more successful hunters, and they don't take the opportunity to do that.
Probably.
You know?
Probably not. You know, like
I'm not going to put any people on blast, but I know some people that have about 350 acres in a very
you?
specific area
Yeah.
that, because of insurance purposes, regardless of waivers, regardless of, release of whatever, like, if I get hurt on your property, dude, I won't do anything. I'm putting it in a signature.
I will
Look,
sign my
you
life
know,
away
I
to
will
hunt
sign,
on the land.
dude.
You know what I mean?
Just because I know what's on these properties. And I'm like, come on, man. I'm seeing bucks walk in and out of these woods every time that I go to my father-in-law's house. And I'm like, What? Nobody hunts it.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
The guys that were supposed to be hunting it, well, the guys that used to hunt it, I guess, don't even hunt it either anymore.
No.
So it's been like 4 years of this place being non-hunted.
I don't doubt it. Well, it's like my buddy John's land. Like, well, thankfully he lets me hunt on it, and like he said, let Tim go on there this week. But that was unhunted land. That was 65 acres in Akron that was unhunted, untouched. Well, I think it was hunted by the guy across the road, but nothing crazy, nothing like how we hunt. Like we made trails and found these deer, and they're and it's great because the one side is a field, the other side's hardwoods. His lane is the thick bed in the middle, the 60 acres of thick bed. So we're catching them all day, walking in and out of there because they're just that's where they are. They're not going to be out in the field all day. They're not going to be in the hardwoods all day. They're going to be in that thick, bedded down. Which there's that dude that used to, I don't even remember, Davey Newman. He's got his channel too. He's got a hunting channel. But he goes and he hunts deer in the bed. He hunts them in the bed. I'm pretty sure he gets out there like at 8 o'clock at night, sits in there all night.
Just lays in their bed?
And waits till the morning till they come back after the night feed. And then that's
so
how he shoots
deer are
buck.
just laying around him in the morning, and as soon as first light comes, he steps up, and then he's just like, bah, 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 bah.
Oh, as soon as first light comes, or whenever that buck comes back to lay in his bed, he's there. He's got him. He hunts with the bow, like that.
I kind of want to do that.
It's an interesting one until that buck has his antler up your ass, sticking out your pecker, if he comes up from behind you.
And on that note, we're gonna be wrapping up here.
Yeah, I know you gotta go to work. You gotta go to work, right? Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna be wrapping up here in a second, anyway.
All right,
but this was a good first one, man. I like this, and
yeah, I think we hear ourselves a lot better.
I think I hear, well, especially better than outside.
I mean, me being able to hear myself is still funny, but I got used to it.
Yeah, did you? Yeah. I did. It was weird.
I
putting
sound
on
great.
You sound leathery with the microphones. You get real leathery, like a talk show host, right? All right, so well, it's good to have you on here. Hopefully, I'm going to get you on here again. Obviously, we're going to talk about we're going to go out turkey hunting. I might have you on every week until we get more people.
Yeah.
But all right, man. Well, you have to go to work. I have to wake up this kid, and that's it, man. All right, well,
checking out.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you later, man.
Later, brother.
All right. Thank you so much.
Be good.
Bye.